Hello, and welcome back. I got impatient. I'm starting 20 seconds early. So, what we're going to do is. Tag and have it. Audio's on again. Where the heck is this coming from? Where is it coming from? I don't want to hear myself speaking. Oh, I see where it is. Okay, there. Turned off. All right. Well, hello, and welcome back. I'm A.J. O'Neill, and today for Beyond Code Live, we are going to review a pull request on an open source project that I manage. And I hope the noise isn't too bad, but I am doing a very slow walk on my treadmill, just kind of keeping the blood flowing or whatever. Anyway, so I started on this last night, and I made a blog post. Well, I made a script, and then I made a blog post as a place to store my script. And basically, I don't like the way that GitHub has the PR thing set up, because if you just follow what they show you, it's really difficult. Well, you can't rebase, and I like to be able to rebase. So anyway, I made this little script that basically gives you the 3 lines that you need to copy and paste, but GitHub doesn't give you the right information anywhere on the page. And so I just had to take the information that I got and then have the little script parse it and all that. So I'm actually going to simplify this a little bit first before we get started. Or not simplify so much as give the example in a way that people are more likely to search for. So I'm going to create another article real quick that is how to check out a remote branch, because that's what all this nonsense is really about. So, whoops. All I'm trying to do here is take what GitHub gives you and then make it so that we can copy the remote branch. So this is the pull request that I'm going to be going over. It is actually the GH tool for GitHub. So you've got the Git tool, which is what I recommend that you learn and use. And then you have the GH tool, which is just a couple keystrokes shorter for various commands. And so I might start using this. It's definitely something that belongs on Webinstall.dev. So I'm going to bring in the installer for it. And what I'm going to need to copy is basically that right there. So this is the information I need. Plus, well, actually, there's a little bit more information that I need in order to do this correctly. So down here, when you click on command line instructions, it gives you the instructions for how to merge from I don't like it. You're checking out a branch off of your main or your master, and then you're pulling, which you could do a pull rebase, but then it's going to have to replay all the commits from. I don't know. It's not the way I like it. So anyway, I've got this thing that I'm doing here. Let me just finish this up real quick. So we're going to say add, and we'll call this remote name. And this would be user or org. Actually, I'd probably do it like this. Yeah. Let's see, fetch their repo. Yeah. Let's just make this. I'll get rid of the quotes and everything. And I'm just going to finish this out. And then we'll go and do the actual pull request. But as you may have noticed, if you follow, generally every time I do this, I start out with, oh, here's something that I learned or did last time that I need to document. And over the years, that stuff accumulates, and it's something that I'm going to adjust the camera here just a touch, maybe. Over the years, it accumulates, it turns into opportunities, and also, most importantly, for anybody starting out, it's a thing that I can go to tomorrow or next week or next month or 5 years from now, or in a Google search end up finding myself for something that I forgot that I did. So I say blog everything, even if it's just a little one-line ditty that you figured out. And put the exact search query that you searched on Google that you had to go through anytime you have to check more than the first hit on Google, you should definitely blog whatever you were trying to do, because that means the space is open. And then, or DuckDuckGo, I guess is what I use nowadays. But anyway, just put the title of the blog, whatever it was that your optimal search query would be. If you could just say, this is exactly what I was trying to figure out, and put that as the blog title, and then go in, make your little one line and give a sentence or two explanation. I don't know why people create these blogs that are take an hour to read. Just give me the code snippets. That's all I need. I mean, most of the time. Otherwise, I'd want to watch the presentation more than I want to read the blog article. But I guess to each their own. Anyway, so let's see. Our branch name, and then remote name, remote. Let's see. No, this is, yeah. So that's going to be their branch. Okay, as a script. In general. And then I might give some tips on what particular things mean. Add remote name. Let's call this, say, upstream. Upstream. And then let's say that we're doing Node is what we're going to check out, or some popular project. I think it's Node. Is that it? Let's see. Might be Node.js. I forget. Yeah, I wonder what happens if we do this. Is it Node.js? Yeah, okay, sure. So let's say that we wanted to do that. This would actually be the weird thing. This would be if you're cloning somebody else's. So this is if you're the maintainer of an open source project receiving PRs and such, you may want to be able to check out the exact branch of the PR and then do your rebasing or modifications or whatever. There we go. Okay, so let's say in the general case, whatever, just in general. Good enough. Specific example. As a script. There you go. And this is actually related to the other article. So I'm going to say at the bottom here, see also bump reference material. Actually, let's do this. What did I call this one? GH review, I think is what I called it. There we go. Yeah, all right, I like that. And then let's just change this to be, yeah, sure, git fetch. No, is it their repo or is it their, no, it's their origin, sorry. Their remote. No, it's the remote name. You're fetching the remote name, right? Remote name. Do I have this right over here? Fetch PR remote. Okay, good. Okay, so we're going to git fetch upstream. And we're going to check out our branch name, which we'll call add feature X. And then it's going to be upstream. And then perhaps, you know, whatever. Let's call it main or whatever here. There we go. Instead of calling this upstream, I'm going to call it downstream or side stream. No, I'll just call it upstream. Yeah, that's good enough. Let's say this is a little, obviously you're not the maintainer of Node, but if you were, you might do something. There we go. Something like this to pull in to check out and check out and pull in someone's PR. All right, so let's do this then. There we go. All right, fetch upstream. Okay, this is the fork. This is the exact, there we go, exact version of this fork locally. They're not merged. There we go, not merged. Yeah, because when you want to work with these things, and when I want to work with these things, I want to be able to work with it as they gave it to me, not have to deal with potential merge conflicts and then try to work with it. I just want to see, okay, what's this thing? Can I diff it against the existing branch? Can I diff against its previous commits? Because sometimes, well, we probably won't see with this because this is going to be very clean, because the way that most of these PRs go for Webinstall.dev is people are just adding a folder that didn't exist before, and it's not going to touch any of the things that did exist, so there's never going to be any conflicts most of the time. So it's really easy to rebase it and have the history just comes in a straight line and looks really nice. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and, okay, git checkout remote branch.md. How to git checkout, there we go. And then I should probably put git in here for good old keywords. Yeah, so we're just going to go with that. And the reason I created this is because that's literally what I searched for. Let's see, their repo, their branch, is that all correct? Yeah. So literally that's what I was searching for to try to get to this, was I want to check out a branch as it is from the remote. Anyway, so I've got it both. I've got the blog article that is, here's my script and kind of my philosophy on it, and then I have the short of it. If you're just looking for this bit, right here, if that's all you're looking for, boom, that's it. If you want a little bit more something concrete to kind of sink your teeth into, there you go. And if you're looking for the script, then you get the more information that you wanted. So now I have it both in the way that most people will easily find it, with a link to what this is, which is my own thing, which maybe they'll like that way or maybe they won't. And then I've got my own thing, which is what I can reference, so I can go there and grab that script and put it on a server whenever I need to. Okay, with all that out of the way, I already have a slightly modified version of that script on the server. I'm here on my beta server, which is where I check out my, I try out the Webby stuff. Anyway, so I can do Webby review, and then I can just paste that, because the script that I created, you have to paste in the name of the project as well. So that was the GH review, but then Webby review just wraps that with the project name, which is Webby Installers. And then there we are. So everything's clean, and we have a new branch. GH, actually, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's try this again. I wanted this to be add GH. Okay, git remote. You know what? You know what I ought to do? I might want to update. I'm not going to do that right now. But I might want to update my script so just life goes on if the remote is already there. And in fact, I will do that. Okay, so I'm just going to do git remote rm on with Vic. There we go. And then I'll run this again. Okay, now it's what I want it to be. I needed to put the branch name that I want. That's part of my little script you do. Okay, cool. So I can do git branch-d-gh. And yeah, so first of all, let's just take a look here at the git log and let's see. Okay, cool. So he's already squashed it down to just one commit. This is beautiful. So let's do a git diff and just kind of see what he did there. This might be easier to look at in the GitHub interface. Let's see. Updating, switching versions. So I need to, okay, here's another thing I need to do along with this, is I need to find where I have that. I have it in one of the examples, I think. Okay. I'm going to get rid of that, because I don't actually want that to be used that way. Let me go into any other one. Let's see. Let's look at the caddy README. I think most of them have been updated. Okay, updating. No, this one has not. So I'm going to go ahead and update that as well. Let's see a recent one here. Just the wording. Yeah, a lot of these I don't have the wording that I want. Anyway. Let me go back to this thing for now, because I should probably just do all of those all at once. So updating and switching versions. This should have, oh gosh. All right, let me search for this. Webby.star at .star. Okay, this is the good one right here. This is what it should be. To update or switch versions, this is what should be the canonical gold standard of how I want this done. Let me go into the example here and check out the README. Let's make sure that this is up to date. Yes, the example is up to date. Good. Let's check out examples and make sure that, okay, that's just instructions. I think the other one is too. Okay. Cool, cool. So that's what I actually, I'm gonna add this in afterwards here. I'll make a commit that's just me. Let's see, vim gh readme. Oh, and I've got comments open on Twitch and YouTube, so if you do happen to be watching live right now, feel free to send me a comment and I will try to take a look over here on occasion and then respond as appropriate. I'm making sure I've got that window up. All right, so what do I want this thing to be? Let me just paste. Oh no, where'd it go? There we go. Run Webby, and this is going to be, I need to go check and see how GitHub GH. I'm assuming that this is released on GitHub. So let me go check out fast GitHub command client. GH is the GitHub. They don't call it GH, they call it CLI, whatever. Okay, bug fixes, blah, blah, blah. All right, so this is distributed nicely. Mac OS. Interesting that they capitalize the OS when they don't capitalize the L in Linux. Seems kind of odd, but whatever. And let's just check and see what it looks like inside, because I'm curious. Don't mind my downloads folder. Okay, it's just got a bin in there. Cool. All right, and do they have, they do have stable, of course, because they're using GitHub releases. Sweet. So I'm going to do that. And then what version are we up to here? Or at V1 or at beta, etc. Cool. So I'm going to make that change. And so they did not do a good job on the cheat sheet here. GH does not exist, and this text should have been replaced. It doesn't do anything, but what it does is useful because everybody knows it to run GH. Oh gosh, yeah, this is terrible. So I'm going to have to make a request on this right here. The cheat sheet is not acceptable. Where was I at? Was it this one? Yes. Okay. Let's see. Add on Wivik. Wivik, is it like that? Let me just copy that because I'm not going to get it right. Hey, Wivik, I'm reviewing this right now. It looks like you did not create the cheat sheet. Could you do that? Not edit the readme.md to include a real cheat sheet. Could you do that? And so part of the problem with tagging things, first timers only and stuff like that, you do get, and I'm not saying that this is the way it is with this guy. I don't know. We'll be able to look and we'll be able to see. But you do get people who don't actually have any interest in the project or don't even know anything about what the contribution that they're creating is, and then they just want to make a commit. And so it's like if what you didn't work, then it doesn't help. It just adds to the noise. So I'm hoping that's not the case here, and he just forgot to do that. I mean, ideally, the type of person that should be making this PR to add GH would be somebody who uses GH. That would be the ideal person to do it, or someone who's interested in it, someone who goes to the website, checks out what it is, and says, oh yeah, I would use this. Okay, so I'm not going to do much more here. Let's see, change me. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so, but let's see if it actually will install. Let's run the installer real quick. First, I want to check it out, make sure there's nothing sneaky in here, which you do got to check those things because projects get sneaky stuff put in them. So nothing sneaky in there. And then let's make sure that there's nothing sneaky in the releases here. Nope, nothing sneaky in there. All right, so this looks good. So I'm going to go over here. This is already live on the beta server. When I check out whatever branch on the beta server, then beta.webinstall.dev is live. So what am I doing now? I'm going to, let's see, export webby, host equals https beta.webinstall.dev. And then I'm going to run webby gh. And let's see if it can fetch the package and unpack it and give it to me. All right. Can I run -- version? I can. Cool. All right. So whether or not this person just did some copy pasta or whether they actually checked out and tested what they were doing, in any of those cases, the good news is it works. Let's try it out on Linux as well. I'm going to do the alternate form, https beta.webinstall.dev/gh pipe bash. Okay. Version. All right, looks good. Okay, and then I'm going to just take a peek at the Windows installer. I don't have a Windows system up right now. Maybe I could boot into one. Let's see if I can boot in one. I'll try booting into one. I've got, I've got this one set up, but I haven't booted it up in a while, so it's probably going to take 10 minutes because every time you haven't booted up a Windows VM in a while, it takes forever to do whatever it does. I don't understand it. I've assumed that maybe it's something to do with system updates, or it's something to do with the fact that it's a virtual machine and the time is off, and so maybe it's rechecking stuff and reconfiguring things. But Windows VMs, in my experience, get really slow as you use them. And there's very few snapshots that I have here. So I did the basic install with nothing. I did the Windows updates with junk password, junk pin. I added the VirtualBox extensions. And then I did the Windows updates and rebooted so that in theory it would come up nice and snappy. So yeah, I did the Windows updates up here, but I also do the Windows updates afterwards. Okay, and we're just sitting there. It's going to take forever. What do you do? All right. Yeah. Okay, let's check out what else. So, update, releases, update, changes. Yeah, so did not find a place to change the name. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like the only thing that's missing is the cheat sheet. And I don't like to get stuff out there without a cheat sheet. So I'm going to wait on it. But what I will do is I'll go ahead and rebase it, and then I'll force push it to that branch. Or maybe I shouldn't do that, because he may not be familiar with that. Because if he did a git pull -- rebase, everything would be awesome possum. I don't know why rebase is not the default, because merges are garbage. They screw up your commit history. They cause conflicts, or I don't know, puts the cart before the horse, I guess. When you do a rebase, you resolve conflicts before you push. And so you can force push to a feature branch all day long. That should be fine. You just shouldn't force push to master, especially if there was anything that didn't cleanly rebase, or master or main, whatever. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Windows VM here. It takes all day. And this is VirtualBox. It's on Intel iMac. And it's a pretty beefy one too. So, but I think the truth of the matter is, a couple times a year, I just need to reinstall Windows from scratch because whatever reason, I don't know. It seems like it gets exponentially slower, and I will remove snapshots so it doesn't have a lot of my theory is that it doesn't have a lot of partitioning, or not partitioning, fragmenting or whatever. Okay, anyway, and then there was this one. I'm going to go ahead and bump this guy again, because, oh wait, did he have the cheat sheet? 3 commits on March 17th. Cheat sheet? Oh. Huh. Let me go check. There was a reason that I hadn't merged this one in, and I thought it was because of the cheat sheet. And that doesn't really look like much of a cheat sheet. I have no idea what that thing does from that cheat sheet. Request for kind. So Snowbuilder requested it. Okay, so I guess he changed his name. He was Narcoleptic Snowman, and now he's Snowbuilder, maybe? I don't know. See, would you help out with completing the kind cheat sheet? Because this guy, he's requesting it. He must be someone who uses it. So even if he's not the ideal candidate to actually do the work of copying and pasting and changing the names of things, he seems like he should be the ideal guy to write the cheat sheet because he's the one that wants it. So he must be something he uses it for, right? So let's just go ahead and link him to exactly what I want him to do, which is, I guess I need an add kind branch. So I'll go ahead and do that while I'm waiting for Windows to boot up. So we'll do the same thing here, but I'll bring this into, I'll bring this into the add kind branch. We'll take what he's done and we'll bring it into add kind. So let me go here and let's go back to this one. And let me go ahead and save. I'll just do a whip on this. So, I didn't do much. I just changed that. Okay, is that really it? Yeah. I'll just push this back to his branch then. Oh, and I need to add this to my little blog article. Okay. Where was it? Back here. Content. Blog. Check out remote branch. And then what we actually need, and when you're ready to push, I don't want to call it fixes, but let's say fix-ups back to the remote. Bash. Okay, and it would be git push -u. I don't know if you're allowed to use set origin with this, but we'll just go with it. I'll find out in just a second. And then it would be remote name, and then it would be our branch, their branch. And let's just call this like that. Simplify it. Okay, and then likewise, pushing fix-ups to PR. Git push origin. I'd actually just do like this. If I was doing a script, generally in scripts I like to not abbreviate, go a little longer on things. So I might do like that. That could be a good thing to do, because I like scripts to be more explicit and less colloquial, so that the person that's investigating the script has to look up less documentation. Okay, so what are we doing here? PR remote, and then it's going to be our branch colon PR branch. That would be it. And then, we could just call that -u. Less typing, less scary. And then the remote name would be the root company, and then it would be add feature X patch 1. There we go. That's good to put in there. Yep. I'm going to update that, and then I'm going to try it out here. So just to fix up. Use newer style. Use I don't, sometimes I want to give good commits, but let's just call this docs. Here we go. Show condensed update process. There we go. So I can do this. I can do push -u, and then I already forget what the name of this was. Onwivik, and then I think I'm calling it add GH. He's calling it GH. Should work just fine. Yeah. Okay, cool. And I'm also going to push origin add GH. No, I'm not going to do that. I've got it here. That's good enough. It's in the PRs. I don't think it'll disappear from there even if he deletes it. I don't know. But I've got it here. It's good enough. So now let's do that other thing. We're going to go back to added kind, and I'm going to run my script on this Webby review add kind. Oh, cool. He already called it add kind. Sweet. Oh, and this guy's done a bunch of stuff before, so this is a good time for me to go update my script and update the blog article, because now I've run into this twice in the same video, and I ran into it last time, so it's a good time to deal with that. So let's just say or true, because that's not going to fail any other way. And then I'm going to go update the blog article as well. So let me go to content, blog, and this was how I rebase. And then I'll just add that or true into this. And I'll keep this open because I'm going to rerun that, and if we have any other problems, I'll just fix them right then and there. Or true. I think that's fair enough. Or maybe, yeah, or true. Technically what I should do is just remove it, or true the removal, and then add it, because, no, it's not worth considering really. Technically a different user could have, never mind. Okay, so what am I doing here? I'm just running the same thing again now that I've fixed it. Okay, remote, branch name, add kind already exists. Okay, well, I'm just going to get rid of add kind, or I'll check it out. Let's see what's in here. Doot. Okay, cool. So nothing too crazy. But I'm just going to go ahead and check out main, and I'm going to big delete the add kind, and I'm going to run my script again. All right, cool. And then I'm going to rebase on main presently, and then I'm going to rebase on main, and I'm just going to drop out. So this would just simply be add kind. And we don't need anything else other than that. So we'll just call these fix-ups because they're really all the same thing. He made 3 commits. Doesn't need to be 3 commits. And then I'm going to do a force push on that one. So this was to add this. Sorry, I'm not going to try and pronounce that. Okay, I will. Adithiasunial. Adithiasunial? Well, anyway. And then it's just add kind. Oh, that's the other thing I left out on there. So we can actually do a force push on this. So I'm going to update that one. I'm going to go back. I'm going to update this one. And then I'm going to say dash FU. How apropos. And then we'll lay this one out. Force. There we go. Cool. Okay, so, and then actually, I do want to set the origin add kind. Let's push that up there. Because this will give me the ability to ask the other guy to do the fix as well. So now I can go back here. Oh, and by the way, squashing those commits keeps the guy that originally made the contribution as the committer. It just squashes them on one. No, it keeps him as there's 2 things in Git. There's who does the commit, and then there's who publishes the commit. And the committer might be the person that actually publishes it. I don't remember. Author and committer. That's what it is. So there's the author of the commit, and then there's the committer. I think that's what it is. So he maintains authorship, but we'll see. I'll go back to this real quick. So we go to added kind. Now it's going to say 1 commit rather than 3. And then it's going to have 2 little, so Aditya, I don't know which is actually the first name. Let's see if I hover over it if it says. No, it doesn't. Authored and AJ committed. Cool. Anyway, let's go back to the other one. I've got too many of these things open now. Did I have more than one window? So let's close out that. I'm not using it anymore. Let's go. I thought I had one open because I was going to make a comment on it. Added kind. Did I close that out by mistake? Perhaps I did. Perhaps I did. PowerShip's cheat sheet can be improved. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, but he was very cognizant of that and labeled it as such. Okay, I thought that I had the kind thing open. I'm going to go back to the issues here. And I'm going to go back to the one for kind. And I'm just going to ask that guy, now that we have a branch, so sorry, I'm opening up a bunch of tabs here, but I'm going to go specifically to the add kind branch. That way I can link this guy to it, and I can ask him to help out, and he doesn't have to figure out how to go about forking the other dude's fork to then bring it back in here. So let's just go straight to here. There we go. That's what I'm going to ask him to do. Request for kind. And so now he's changed his username to Snowbuilder. Snowbuilder. Would you mind filling out the cheat sheet for kind? Just click edit here and PR. Add the goodies that are the most useful for you and that you think will be most useful to others. Oops. A TLDR sort of thing. There we go. I hate saying click edit here. Just edit the README. There we go. It's README. Add the goodies that are most useful. There we go. And then what I also want to do is say, here's an example of a great cheat sheet. So let's go to Webinstall.dev. And let's just pick Node. Everybody's familiar with Node, and it's the first thing on the list. All right. Oh, crap. PS, here's a passable sheet. Here's a great cheat sheet. So tell them what the bar is. And then I need to be able to reference this in the future when somebody else does something. Let's see, which one that has a really great cheat sheet? I actually think RG, JQ, I think both of those have pretty good ones. Where's JQ at, if I recall correctly? Caddy probably has a pretty good one. Postgres has a pretty good one. Let's just take a look. Yeah. So let's not use the word passable either. Yeah. Yeah, that one's all right. Yeah. None of these are like super, super great, but okay, where did I put this? Here are what some good cheat sheets look like. There we go. I feel good about that. Cool. So the question is, do I add GH and kind without the cheat sheet? Are they good enough? Nah, I'm just going to let the process follow. If somebody else is really into it, they'll come let me know. Who requested GH anyway? It might have been me. So especially if it was me, because I don't actually use it that often. Well, I don't use it at all as of yet. Add GH. No, somebody else. Somebody else wanted this. Okay, let's see who had asked for it. All right. No, I had asked for it. Okay, so I'd asked for it. Yeah, and then who else do we have participating in this? Okay. Zola. Okay. Did we get Zola in here? I don't remember if we actually got Zola in here or not. Let's see if Zola's here. Zola. Okay, so it looks like Zola didn't make it. Okay, there was one that I did want to do. Okay, I'm gonna stop this here. So we did not, in conclusion, let me close out all of these and just kind of review what we did. So in conclusion, I added and updated I added a new blog article that is just titled how to get check out a remote branch. And so that is now live because I've got this set up so that every time I push, it automatically publishes. How to get check out a remote branch. Boom. Great. So that's live. We got that one done. We updated how I rebase my PRs ever so slightly. I think we just changed the way the script works. Yeah. Did we add the... we didn't add the true? Did we add the true or did we not add the true? Where's the true? Or true. Yeah, okay. So if I refresh this, then I should see the or true in here. There we are. We got the or true. So those, boom, done. Gone, 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 gone. We're going to wait on GH to see if we can get a better README. You know what? I'll tweet this out too. So let's see. GH installer. I'm going to go ahead and unassign this guy so that it shows back up in the pool of searches for people that want good first commits. And let's say, let's see, update. Just need the cheat sheet. The hardest work has been done. Now we just need someone to fill out the cheat sheet. Okay, and I know I'm going to post this in a couple of places here. I can get rid of this. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go back to check out add GH, and I'm going to push this to origin, add GH. And the reason that I'm going to do that is so I can do the same thing that I did before. I can just ask someone else, hey, will you go deal with this? And if they bring it in, then huzzah. Okay, so let's go here. So this is just documentation. So let's label it as documentation. And then, just like I did before, now I've got a pattern to follow. So I do try to set these things up in basically template issues that I can go back and refer to, but then sometimes the search is good enough. So let's say example. Oh, that's going to turn up everything. Let's say cheat sheet. I don't even remember which one I was just in. Oh gosh, everything shows up there. What was the one I was just looking at? Kind? Yeah, kind. All right. So let's look at kind, and then whatever I said to this guy, let's just take the same thing, and then I'm going to create a template issue for a cheat sheet request. And I'm not going to do it in any formal way. I'm just going to do it really quick and dirty. So there we go. Let's copy that wording there, and let's copy this wording here. Except we don't need the would you mind. Hard is a loose word, or not. That's just, hardest work has been done. Let's see. The installer has been done. Now we need someone to fill out the cheat sheet. just click, just edit this README, add the goodies most useful for you, and the ones you think would be most useful for others. TLDR sort of thing would be great. So let's do it like that, and then I'm going to throw this around a little bit. Let's put it up on Twitter with the first timers only tag. So let's do hashtag 100 days of code, hashtag first timers only, hashtag up for grabs. Whoops. Up for grabs. What else? Web development. Web development. I don't know if this is really web development. Whatever, it's a popular hashtag, doesn't matter. Let's see. Kind is web development. DevOps. No, it's GitHub. It's GitHub. This is the GitHub one, right? Easy documentation only. PR. Hashtag first timers only. No, let's say up for grabs. Do you use the GitHub? Do you use GH, the GitHub CLI? Easy documentation only, PR up for grabs. There we go. And I'm going to post this in another place too. So let me go ahead and tweet that out, and then it'll get retweeted by some of these bots and some people that follows those hashtags. And then I know a place where there's always lots of first timers. Whoops. Okay. Let's go here. So I'm going to go into the Utah.js Slack. Let's see if I can go down to the bottom. And boom. And I should probably change the name of this thing to be add cheat sheet. So let's go back to, was it GH here? And let's change this from cheat sheet. Boom. So that's done. And okay, cool. So I think that's all I can do. And I could test this thing in Windows now. Sorry, jumping all around, but you know, asynchronous as the world is. Will it let me click? Yes, it will. Okay, can I get to a terminal? Terminal. I don't know if I've got Windows Terminal installed on here or not. It looks like I do. But I'm going to use the command prompt. Okay, so sorry. We are back at testing GH, I think, is where we're at. So I'm going to go back here to my pull requests, and then we're going to close out of this, and I'm going to move on to something else. Let's see. Nope, I don't want to do that. I just want to do, come on. Let me go here maybe. I just want to clone this and see. Oh no, I don't need to clone anything. I just need to run curl-ams. I have this memorized, but for the benefit of those of you watching, beta.webinstall.dev/gh, and click on Windows, because it is not so easy to open. Oh, I don't know if the copy paste is going to be working. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Let's see, is it working today? No. Oh, good. It's working today. Excellent. All right. And will we end up with GH? It's really slow. Command prompt is wicked slow. I think Windows Terminal is a bit faster because command prompt basically relies on APIs from the 80s, and I've given this spiel before. But okay, so this does not work. So I'm going to also put on there add GH installer, add onwick it looks like the path is wrong on Windows. I guess this is actually just txt. Oh, bother. I don't get it both ways. Come on, give it to me both ways. Let me see. Select and enter. There we go. Because you use enter to copy and command prompt. There we go. Would you check the zip? The GH zip and adjust the Windows path accordingly. There we go. Okay. So we'll see what happens there. And I'm going to call that good for now. Go get a drink of water. Gonna get off the treadmill, put the desk back down, and then I should be getting to my real work for the day. There's one other thing that I want to do that's probably going to take me about an hour, and I might do that first and then just work a little bit later, because it's this thing that's been, it's an itch I've been wanting to scratch. Very simple thing, but a random string generator. I've got it right here. I'd love somebody to build it in Rust. I mean, this would be a super easy thing to build. Anybody could build this. I don't know, maybe I should just put maybe I should wait a day on it. Let's put first timers only, good first issue. Well, it's only good for, if you're a Go programmer, this would be a great first issue for open source. So let me just tweet this. I'll get it onto my real work. I'll let this sit for the day, and then if nobody's got it by the end of the day, then I'll take it on. All right. I don't know if I agree with that. Well, maybe. I guess I can agree. This tweet here. Yes, you could always have work if you learn WordPress, but maybe not the right kind of work that you want to move up the ladder over your career. Anyway, what are we doing here? First, newbie at Golang developers want an easy open source project. Let's see. Let's see. Code newbie. There we go. Golang devs. Let's see. Golang dev code newbies. There we go. No, because we need to have. Can't start with an at. Get some immediate visibility. There's a random string generator calling your name. Okay. Whoops. Check it out. And then some emojis for good measure, because everybody loves emojis. Some of the nonsense I do. All right. Let's see, because that is something that somebody else could very reasonably do. Oh gosh. Oh, that's one I had to retweet. Okay, so let's get out of here, get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. All these things we can get out of now. Okay, let's get out of this. And I'm just going to have it go back to power off the machine, restore current snapshot. I'm going to open that again and just let it reboot and then save it again, so that maybe it'll boot up faster next time. Let's go back to check out main maybe, And there is one other thing I wanted to do there. I'm going to make an issue real quick, unrelated. GitHub web installers. And I do. I am going to call this a bug. Z Zoxide should put Z in path. All right, I'm going to link to this comment, and we'll see if this guy jumps back on it, because he may be like, look, last time you asked me to do something, you took a month to get around to it. But I don't ask people, like once we're at the bare minimum, I don't ask people to do like tiny little nits. You know, not having a cheat sheet, that's more than a nit. Like it's not useful as a product if there's not a cheat sheet, from my point of view, for what web installer is. I don't want it to become cluttered with just installers with no cheat sheets. That's not the direction I want the project to go. So I think that's pretty important. So we're going to say this, and I'm going to add Jeets here. Fix. We'll call it fix. It's not quite a bug. No, it is a bug. It's a bug. Okay. One of the core tenets of Webby is that when stuff installs, it should just work. Alt 2 for TM. Whoops. What's going on? What did I hit something? Why did my treadmill stop? Maybe it overheated or something. I should check that out. I might have been going too slow. Okay, anyway, one of the cars is stuff installs, it should just work. Follow the same reasonable defaults pattern. Let's call this get that some people may want to customize their setup, but maybe Webby isn't for them. Webby too intrusive to be a good starting point. Maybe Webby isn't for them. There we go. I think that's said well. And maybe that cc at G D'Souza. Okay, and then I am going to link directly to, here's a good example. Okay, so he actually is up on here right now. So I'll just not make this issue. I'm just going to put this over in another window and answer his question and let him do his thing. Let's see. see. No, I still feel the same way though. All right, here's what I'm going to do. Okay. Boom. All right, that's my reasoning. I'm going to... Oh, whoops, I didn't put that there. All right. I'm out. I'll come back to this later after I get some real work done. And actually, I'm going to see one last thing. Okay. Last thing. Where did my... Let me see if there's a good channel for this in the Go group. So we've got general, announcements, security, show and tell. Let me just peruse channels. How do I peruse channels? Can I see channels? Browse channels. Plus sign. Of course it's browse channels. 3D printers, a rabbit hole. Okay, people just have all sorts of weird stuff in here. Oh gosh, it must go on for days. Yeah, huh. I don't know where to put it. Maybe show and tell? I don't know. Let's see how busy general is today. If general's not too busy, I might just throw it in here. Okay, what are we getting here? Yeah, it's looking pretty busy. Is this just two people going back and forth? Yeah, okay, so... And it looks like it's in a cooldown period. Nobody's posted for 20 minutes. Hey, feel free to redirect me to a better channel. Mods. Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. I actually want to put in... Oh, no, where'd my browser go? Okay. Yeah, we're totally off the beaten path here from where we started, but that's okay. I probably want to do this a little bit better. Yeah, this would probably do. So I am gonna put this as a good first issue. Yeah. Doing this myself tonight. Oops, I wanted this to be like this. And let's not, sure, why not? Leave it there. Somebody might get upset at me and be like, ah, this is spammy or whatever, but they do that anyway, so. And maybe I could go update this. Hey, I'm spending too much time on this. I need to get to the real work. Okay, last thing. And I gotta get the AC on up in here. It is getting hot. I don't know where my little, 79 degrees. All right, npm install, yada, yada, yada. Let's replace I want with A. There we go. Make that as friendly as possible. And then get the heck out of here. Okay. If this was useful for you, if you found it enjoyable or useful or whatever, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you got any comments or questions, even unrelated to the video. Oh, somebody did ask. Sorry, I didn't see this earlier. Is it Matthias? I don't actually know how to pronounce your name, but sorry. Do you keep all your VMs and snapshots on an external SSD? No, they're on the hybrid, so that might be part of the problem. Is it maybe I've used up enough of the space and I haven't used that VM in long enough that maybe macOS pushed it off to the rotational drive, and then part of the slowdown is pulling it on to the SSD. So there we go. Anyway, I am out. Y'all have a good one. Catch you later. Check down in the doobly-doo for links and stuff. And adios. No.